Hey guys, welcome back to Soupy Socks Enduro. It's been a little while. I was going to be filming a video last weekend. Unfortunately, I lost my voice, so that kind of derailed that since it was just going to be kind of an update video. While I'm back, it's going to be a regular episode, and I am going back to my weekly prize giveaways. So I'd like to thank you for your patience over the hiatus of the winter. I was really busy during the winter, contracting myself out all over across the country, doing a lot of contract work with my former employer and drumming up work for my business. I also kind of put everything into storage. I'm in the transition of moving. Currently, I'm in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada still, and I should be here full time until the end of May, early June, where I'm going to be migrating myself back to Alberta, where I'm going to be either renting or purchasing a home and kicking it up a notch back there. However, in this video, I just kind of want to give a little update on where I was throughout the whole season. Kind of took a little bit of a break to collect my thoughts. Got a brand new computer, so my editing is going to go a lot smoother, faster, and better quality for you guys. I'm also looking at buying a vlogging camera. Right now I'm using my Galaxy S22 cell phone, and I want to kind of up that quality as well. And of course, the good old RM-250 in the back there is going to need some loving. So the next few episodes, you'll probably see some maintenance and some upgrades that I'm going to do with it. I purchased some parts. We're going to kind of go in there and start installing them, start getting the tune up, and then hopefully in a few weeks we'll be doing some ride videos again back in Port Colborne and around Ontario, possibly going up to Ottawa as well in Canada here. So anyway guys, this next couple of videos I'm going to do back to back. One of them is a surprise. Since my business is expanding, I did acquire a new bike, so you'll see what I bought coming up in this video, and also a little bit about snowmobiling and the guys up in Combustion Performance in Iqaluit. Those guys are awesome, and we just did a little bit of a snowmobile tech talk while I was up there doing a bit of a long contract. I thought it was a perfect segue. Even though I don't own a snowmobile, I might buy one in the future depending on the business and how good it will grow. But for now, I just kind of want to throw this video up there, kind of giving you guys where I was, what the plans are for the channel. Starting next weekend, we're going to be doing weekly shows, so I'll probably do a little bit of maintenance, and I'll probably get into a little bit of the parts that I bought, and also what we're going to do with the prize giveaways starting regularly again in April. We'll start rolling those monthly prizes away. So hopefully we can do well. Like I said, things have been busy. Hopefully we can get back to regular scheduled content again on YouTube, my Facebook page, and also my Instagram. So anyway, I'll leave all the links down here and you can follow them as it is. So you're going to see a lot of yellow action, because the bike I bought, which is located in Iqaluit, it is 2016 RM-Z 250. You'll see that a little bit, put a deposit on it, planning on to purchase it by the end of this month. And then from there, I will be doing some high Arctic enduro riding when I'm up there this summer. So anyway, guys, let's go tune in to Iqaluit and see what the boys up in Combustion Performance are up to.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, but I've been working up in northern Canada. Right now I'm in beautiful Iqaluit Nunavut in northern Canada. I'm here at Combustion Performance, where we deal with a whole bunch of variety of high performance sleds, dirt bikes, all those off-highway vehicles that we've known and love. They make the great bikes even better. So we're going to go and talk with some of the owners and some of the employees and check out some of the great modifications that they do. And let's see this awesome location, one of the most northern retailers in the world. Let's go check it out. Hey guys, now we're back in the shop where it's nice and warm. We're with one of the co-owners, Rock, who we're actually going to go in and talk about some sleds and some of the modifications that are made to make an awesome ride even better, depending on what your riding style is. So Rock, take it away.
Hi, I'm Rock. I'm part owner of Combustion Performance. I want to talk to you guys today about, some of the modifications that we do on snowmobiles up north where it's cold and we need to adapt to the climate. So typically, with where you're going to run into some problems in the cold, definitely is the first start of the day where your machine's been sitting outside and it's very cold. What we typically can do with this snowmobile like this, we have batteries with higher cold cranking out ratings, heavy duty starters, and we also outfit the snowmobiles with block heaters, inline coolant heaters, and stuff like that. Also, with snowmobiles running on the hard packed snow up here, sometimes you'll run into cooling issues because you're not able to get snow up into the tunnel as much. So what we'll do, we'll run ice scratchers to break up the hard packed snow, cool your high facts, and get cooling to the cooling system. Also, with the snow being so hard up here, it's harder on suspension components. We can outfit your sled with heavier duty shocks, springs, heavy duty bushings, longer lasting components. Okay. Also, in the front of the sled, we do bulkhead reinforcements to protect the bulkhead in the event of an impact. That way, you're not facing the expensive damages of replacing your bulkhead. You'd rather replace a suspension component or something like that.
And what else do we got on the go? So you did a little bit of the bulkhead reinforcement for that high impacts. Would that be more for you're saying the racing, or would that be for both endurance and racing?
A lot of the times people are using their machines out for hunting and stuff like that. Also for the racers, we do the same thing. So some setups will be different between, if you're pulling a public hunting or if you're going racing, but you'll see a lot of the same reinforcements. Like here, for towing a public, you're gonna have a heavy duty bumper, comes with a hitch, all that. This sled, we just fitted a 2-up seat. You can have a comfortable passenger. For a racing machine, you'll typically have a rail brace, a studded track, heavier duty shocks with stiffer valving. And also, we do a few different types of racing, drag racing, uphill racing, cross country, closed circuit racing. You're gonna have different suspension setups, depending on where you want your balance point of the sled, your gearing of the sled, the size track you're gonna use for the different types of racing.
That's good. Yeah, no. So what's the sled of choice up here? I know that's a loaded question. People are brand oriented, but what you've seen over the years of being involved in the industry, working in the industry, what chassis, what sled would you say, if you had to ride one, for the considerable future, which sled on the market does perform well up here in the activities you described?
Well, typically the most common snowmobile you'll see up here is a BRP, whether it be a Ski-Doo or a Lynx has recently come up here. These are the most common machines. They're very reliable, very well built. The quality is great. There's a lot of parts readily available, and all the guys in the shop run BRP.
Okay, BRP.
And
how's Polaris?
not a fan.
Okay.
Up until recent years, though, recently they've been coming out with some great sleds. The build quality has come up to par for sure. And the racing sleds specifically have been doing very well.
Okay.
Yeah, but the most successful sleds we see up here are BRP
Okay.
and all different kinds of racing.
That's kinds of racing. Okay, so that would be a sled to look at. And they have wide range, a variety of sleds and options to tune it up and everything.
Whether you want a two-stroke, you know, if you're racing 600 class or open class, the 850 is very popular in open class, and also in the Iqaluit race that we do is a 320 kilometer race round trip. The 900 turbos are very popular due to their higher top speed, but on a corner-to-corner track with shorter stretches, you want a lighter sled, so
Okay.
typically a two-stroke will be right there.
What about water crossing? Is that a
Water crossing in Iqaluit
a special-
typically has kind of come down in popularity because law enforcement is cracking down on that kind of thing.
okay?
Back home where I'm from in Rankin-Inlet, it's still very popular.
Okay.
You got a couple guys that'll run all summer on the water. It's a great time.
Okay.
The older sleds that don't have as many body panels, you know,
Yeah.
they're typically built like a boat.
Yeah.
So they don't ingest as much water through the bodywork
Versus the modern style.
as much as the modern style.
Okay.
So a lot of guys use the older sleds, and also that's because it's not as much of a big deal if you sink it. You
Okay.
don't want to sink your brand new sled, right?
What's the difference other than the body styles of the electronic components? Is it they're not as forgiving?
For sure. There's a lot of things that would get damaged on a newer sled that typically you wouldn't worry about on an older sled.
Okay.
You sink an older sled, you get the water out of the engine, clean out the carburetors, clean the tank. You know,
You're
fresh
good to go.
gas, you're good to go.
Okay.
On a newer sled, there's a lot of sensors, a lot of electronic components. You want to take out all those connectors, clean them all out. You know, make sure nothing's going to get corroded and cause a problem.
Because we have salt water, depending on some bodies of water up here, right? If you go out on the ocean,
Oh yeah.
You know.
You typically wouldn't water cross on the ocean ever.
Okay.
Because it's just so damaging to the machine. But there are instances where, say it's late spring, early fall, where the ice is still thin. Say someone drops a sled through the ice, and preferably you want to get it out as soon as possible. Get it to the shop like this, thaw it out. You know, rinse it down with fresh water. Get that engine going. Get that salt out of the motor.
Okay.
Before it corrodes anything
Before it corrodes.
else.
okay, no, that's perfect. And that's kind of what is expected up here.
Yeah.
How late in the season? So snowmobiling months are from what? From what month to what month? So, because
Well, typically we could start mid-November. We can go till June.
okay, June is when.
So our snowmobiling season is longer than pretty much anywhere else.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not all year long though. Some people
it's
that are
not
going to
all
watch
year
this
long.
video think it's like this 24/7 all year long, right?
No, we do have typically, you know, decent summers. Some places up here we have very warm summers,
Yeah.
and then you'll be switching to dirt bikes, ATVs, side
Yeah.
by sides. That season's not as long. You wouldn't invest as much into that season, but you know there's a niche for it for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of guys are boating up here. It's a huge thing. It's some of the most beautiful landscapes you'll see out there.
Yeah.
Sea-Doo's not so much. There's a few up here, but you won't see as much up here compared to anywhere else, just because the season's so short, right?
Exactly. And that brings us to another point. There's dirt biking up here. So I got my dirt bike channel that we're all watching, but Soupy Socks Enduro is all about dirt biking. You know, will a sled be part of this channel? Maybe. I'm not saying no, right? I got to look at my finances and my time on a sled, especially where I live in southern Alberta. It's all mountain riding, which is a totally different style, different types of risk levels. But you know, if I buy one and I, you know, keep it up here and I ride when I come up here during the year, it'll be definitely a different way to do it.
Yeah.
So, but there is dirt bike life up here.
Yeah, definitely. We do love dirt biking. You know, as short as the season is, I've always had a dirt bike. You know, I love it. I always say I would rather race dirt bikes than snowmobiles. I love it so much.
Okay.
The thing is, it's hard to build a track that, you know, you can maintain up here. But I promise you, once I get you out on a snowmobile, you're going to come back and you're going to buy one.
You're going to buy another sled. Yeah, exactly. And we'll have to do a whole series of chassis tuning, performance mods, you know, document from, you know, the factory build all the way to the combustion performance modifications, and you know, adding that you know, those modifications that make a good sled even better, right? And then it gets to know your sled too, right? You kind of tune it up that way.
So a lot of the time up here, what we'll start with a sled is a snow cross sled. Typically those are 600s. They only come in a 600cc engine because that's what they race in snowcross. Because that sled comes with all the reinforcements, the heavy duty suspension, all that stuff. But what we do is we take that sled, we adapt it to our needs. A lot of the times we'll put a bigger engine in it. Art has a beautiful, you know, 600 RS with an 850 engine in it.
Yeah.
I just put an 800 and another 600. And what we do, we'll adapt the suspension, we'll redo all the valving, the springs, the clutching, the gearing, fit it to our needs, to our specific rider. And that's what we find is the best platform to start with, is basically a snowcross sled.
A snowcross sled. So what would you recommend for me, like somebody that's getting into it, that wants to get into it, maybe want to keep their sled for quite a while, that can grow the modifications as they do?
Well, if you're not racing and if you want a sled to last for a long time, a sled like this, 900 Ace Renegade Expedition Sport, the 900 Ace is a rock solid engine, great platform, you know, great suspension, all that stuff. You're gonna have a great ride. You can ride all day long and not get tired of it.
Yeah. But if you wanted to now say, I want a Corvette version of a snowmobile and put it on the track, what would you recommend?
I personally, I run an older sled just because I love the older carbureted stuff.
Okay.
The Corvette of a race sled right now is typically the Lynx 850, Renegade XRS 850, or the 600 RSs.
Okay, those are the ones to use up here. And mountain sleds are not popular up here, I guess, are they? Or
a lot of guys will take a mountain sled and kind of adapt it to, you know, more of a hunting machine, because pulling a big Combustion up a hill or a sled up a hill, you need more track.
Yeah.
So a short track like this, you know,
wouldn't give you the bite. Yeah.
And we have very mountainous terrain around here, so you do see some mountain sleds, but more utility sleds, you know, a long white track. I personally have a Yamaha Sidewinder BTX.
Okay, nice.
That started as a mountain sled, but I kind of, you know, of course, fit it to my needs. A wider front end, more stable, better suspension. I do have the long track, but I use a shorter lug.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so lastly, before we go, we'll end up a little bit of dirt bike chat. You have a dirt bike?
We typically have a few dirt bikes kind of sitting around the shop.
Yeah.
That we're, you know, free to use until they're sold.
Until they're sold. So what's your dream dirt bike? If you had to jump on one for yourself, do you have a favorite?
Bike I've ever owned was a Yamaha YZ450 FX.
Okay.
For around here, it's very rocky terrain. You know, a motocross bike is very stiff. The FX, you know, has a more enduro oriented suspension.
Soaks
also,
it up and everything.
You know, the bigger tank.
That's right. Yeah.
Kickstand, big. You know, the suspension is so much more plush.
Excellent.
Yeah, a dirt bike like that is the stuff to have around here.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, geez, that was awesome. I really appreciate the tour, getting around, getting to know some of the modifications that sled riders, you know, are engaged in. You're doing this based on experience, based on the love of sport, based on, you know, the advancement of technology and what it can do. You know, adapting to the riding styles that are always evolving and changing. You know, and just making Iqaluit a very vibrant and enjoyable place to live, because we work long hours and we, you know, make money to enjoy ourselves, and this is kind of our, you know, helping our mental health when after spending so much time, you know, behind the wrench or under the hood of a vehicle, or, you know, whatever jobs you are, you know, this is why you want to enjoy life. So no, that's perfect. So yeah, we'll definitely get into a couple of other tips and tricks as we go along. We'll probably get into some, you know, more technical chatting, and also, you know, maybe even including some side-by-sides and ATV chat as well, since these are the predominant vehicles up here. Yeah,
for sure. Thanks for coming by. this really is our lifestyle. This is how we started it all. Actually, it's just the love of the sport. Kind of became all we ever did. So we started working on other people's stuff. I joined Gabe a couple of years back.
Yeah.
And he was just getting started, and we kind of skyrocketed pretty quickly. And it's just become our life.
Perfect.
It looks to be that way for a long time coming.
Awesome. Hey guys, back to Combustion Performance, and I want to show you something special that's sitting behind me. This is a awesome yellow Suzuki. So this is what I'm looking at, a 2016 RM-Z 250. This thing is really clean, in beautiful shape. It's got a fuel injected 250cc engine. It's totally clean. It's pretty well all factory setup, but it's sitting up here in the Arctic, and it looks like it needs a new home, and looks like I might be buying it. As my contracts are increasing, it looks like that I'll be spending more time up here, and due to the fact that I want to do more videos, I'm looking at picking up another bike. The RM-250 I have down south is my longtime Enduro build, but while I'm up in the north, I figured this might be an awesome bike to add to my collection while I'm up in Iqaluit. It's a short season, but it'll be an awesome season nonetheless. So guys, I'm just in the midst of possibly purchasing it, so I'll let you know on how that goes. And yeah, you might be seeing me riding it in the high Arctic just outside of Iqaluit, doing some enduro riding into the beautiful tundra. So guys, we'll catch you in a bit. Well guys, hope you enjoyed that episode. Like I said, look for better content. We're going to be doing a lot of riding in Ontario, Iqaluit, and of course back out west when I get back up there. So we're going to have a lot of cross-country adventure riding, and plus I do plan on hooking up with Shift Gears, Drink Beers, and we're going to do some riding in Ohio. So again, it should be a little bit more diversity. Of course, even that as well, I should add that I do plan on doing some trips to Montana and possibly Idaho as well for some dirt biking adventures. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. It was a pleasure coming back online, and look forward to roosting with a few of you guys and delivering some content. Anyway, guys, you stay loose for now, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Soupy Socks Enduro. Stay loose. What now?
I can't even fucking get my feet out here.
Oh, it's deep. Deep hand?
Fuck.
We're at the end because now it goes up.
Not stop.
Here.